Mackenzie's Raiders. His secret orders from the President of the United States. Clean up the Southwest. Make it a fit place for Americans to live. Wipe out the renegades, outlaws, and murderers. If necessary, cross the Rio Grande, knowing capture means hanging by the enemy. Discovery, court-martial by the United States Army. Fort Clark, the year 1874. Colonel Ranald Slidell Mackenzie commanding. The pressure on his undermanned garrison was growing day by day. The 1,500-mile perimeter, which was the responsibility of the 4th Cavalry, was becoming increasingly difficult to patrol. Each morning light saw the troopers leave the post. Each twilight saw less and less of them return. In the year of 1874, this portion of southwest Texas was a cruel and savage land, and peace was to be won only at a price. The men of Fort Clark paid the price against renegades, outlaws, and Indians. As the days passed, the price mounted, and among a small group of men in Mackenzie's command, the word mutiny was heard.
Captain, did you talk to him like you said you would?
Not yet, but I will now.
Any word yet?
Not yet, sir.
Major Edmondson's patrol is 4 days overdue. I gather he ran into Bo Kruger, or Kruger ran into him.
Sir, Jones is outside. You said you'd pass sentence today.
Oh, yes. All right, send him in.
Yes, sir. I'd like to say something first, sir.
Certainly.
Jones has been with us for 3 years. He has an excellent record. He has many friends.
Yes, I'm sure of that. But Trooper Jones is a soldier. He's responsible for his own actions. May I remind you, this is the United States Army, not a finishing school.
Yes, sir, I understand that, sir.
For 4 months, Bo Kruger has been able to raid and plunder this land at will, free from our patrols, because this Trooper Jones has been tipping him off to our every action.
I'm sure Jones didn't realize what he was doing, sir.
Captain, there's a patrol lost out there. They may be dead. And you're going sentimental over a traitor.
I'm sorry, sir. I'll bring in the prisoner.
Corporal Jones, do you feel you received a fair trial?
Yes, sir.
Then it's my duty to sentence you as the presiding officer of your court-martial. I sentence you to 5 years hard labor and dishonorable discharge.
But, sir, I turned myself in.
Please take him away.
Oh. Oh, somebody help me. He's mad. Everybody knows it. Everybody hates him. Everybody hates you, sir.
Now listen, Trooper. Just be thankful it's not the firing squad. I said, please take him away.
I beg your pardon, sir. I don't believe you showed any mercy at all.
The trooper was tried and found guilty by a court-martial. It's my duty to pass sentence. If you find that sentence too severe, I suggest that you add it to the report that you and Major Edmondson are planning to send to Washington. I'm aware, Captain, that you're asking that I be relieved of my command. I'm aware that you and Major Edmondson find my discipline much too severe. You're entitled to that opinion. You're entitled to send in such a report. I must remind you, however, that it's your responsibility to take the consequences of such action. Come in.
Colonel, Lieutenant Jarrett's patrol is back. The lieutenant's right outside.
Ask him to come in. That'll be all, Captain. Well, Lieutenant, did you find Major Edmondson's patrol?
Yes, sir.
Well, where are they?
Well, we didn't exactly find them, sir.
What's this?
One of Kruger's men rode up under a white flag. They're holding 3 prisoners from Edmondson's patrol.
They'll release them unharmed in return for safe passage across the Rio Grande. With their stolen cattle, no doubt.
It says you have 2 hours, sir, to agree. Major Edmondson must have ridden into an ambush. There are 3 men left alive. My patrol found the other 3.
You told anyone else about this note? Any of the men in your patrol?
No, sir. I was afraid they'd want to ride in and try and save the prisoners. Major Edmondson might be one of the prisoners.
Major Edmondson is dead.
Well, how do you know, sir? It says there...
All these men are dead, Lieutenant. The entire patrol.
Oh, but, sir...
Edmondson's patrol was 4 days overdue. If Kruger took anyone alive and wanted to make a deal with us, we'd have heard from him before now. This is a trick, a bluff.
Those men must be alive, sir. What other reason would make Kruger send a man down out of the hills with that?
I can think of 600 or 700 reasons. All of them slow-footed, stolen cattle. Cattle that can't run or dodge or fight. He's trapped with those cattle. He's vulnerable, and he knows it. And this is his answer.
Well, why hasn't he tried this before?
He didn't have to. He knew of every movement of our patrols from one of our own troopers. Lieutenant, can you imagine what would happen if I give in to this? The next time he raids, he'd really take hostages. He'd take civilians. He'd make the whole garrison at Fort Clark helpless, useless.
I hadn't thought of that, sir.
No, neither will a lot of the other officers and men at Fort Clark. That's why it's imperative that we say nothing about this note to anyone.
No one? Why, sir?
Because too many men will believe this lie. They'll believe it beyond all reason, because the next time it could be them. These men are dead. They've been dead for 4 days.
If you say so, sir.
You men ready?
Yeah. Why are just 4 or 5 of us moving out? Why not the whole force? You know, the way I got it figured, the old man's finally got a clean shot at Kruger.
Look, I don't make up the orders, Fox. I just carry him out.
Yeah, well, I wish we'd get started. I get nervous waiting.
What's your hurry, new boy? Waiting's better than dying.
Now, who says we're gonna die?
Who said Major Edmonds and his patrol were gonna die? You never know. But you got a reasonable good chance. You're riding with Mackenzie.
Look, we're not sure Edmondson's patrol are all dead.
What do you mean, not sure?
Just that those men who were with Lieutenant Jarrett found only 3 bodies. Now, maybe Edmondson and the other 2 crawled away to hide. Or maybe they were taken. Maybe they're prisoners.
Well, what are we waiting for? If there's a chance somebody's still alive, why don't we do something about it?
Sit easy, new boy, sit easy. You just take orders, do what you're told.
Maybe we're waiting to be sure everyone's dead.
What's the matter with you, Sarge? You're not making sense.
I'm not, huh?
No.
Well, you haven't heard what I've heard in the colonel's office. The major and Captain Barton arguing about the old man's discipline. And the major gonna send a report into Washington. Having the old man busted if he can't.
Sarge, you trying to tell us the colonel wants Major Edmondson dead? Huh. You just save your breath. No one on this boat's gonna believe that.
Attention!
Sergeant, did you brief the men?
Yes, sir.
Any questions?
Just one, sir. Is there any chance that some of those men are still alive?
No. No chance at all. I think we should all forget about Major Edmondson's patrol. We're going to be in a fight to the finish ourselves in a few hours. Any other questions? Very well, then. Be ready to move out at 1 o'clock. Come in.
Colonel, Mrs. Edmondson wanted to see you.
Betty. Betty, I was going to come to see you. I can't tell you how sorry I am about Bob.
Then why don't you try and save him?
Save him?
Lieutenant Jarrett told me about the note, Colonel.
I couldn't let her go on thinking that Major Edmondson is dead.
Would you have any proof that he isn't?
3 men are being held prisoner. He could be one of them.
And if he isn't one of the 3, then it's someone else to be saved.
Lieutenant, I thought I ordered you to keep silence about that note.
You did, sir?
You deliberately disobeyed my command?
Yes, I did.
Why?
Because I believe you're deliberately making sure that Major Edmondson is dead.
You're under arrest, Lieutenant. You're confined to your quarters as of now.
No, not till we get this settled.
Did you hear me, Lieutenant?
Yes, sir.
Go to your quarters.
Colonel, I want my husband back if he's still alive.
But he isn't.
I promise you that these files will be destroyed. I give them to you now, and I swear that Bob will drop all charges. You know what they are. Charges criticizing your manner of disciplining the men. Bob was sending it to Washington.
Betty. Betty. I'm sorry. Bob is dead. Can't you understand that? Can't anyone understand that? That patrol was hit 4 days ago. Bob is dead. They're all dead. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do for them now. except attack Kruger and destroy him.
The morning of May 9th, Mackenzie rode out to Kruger's campsite at Antelope Pass. His was the responsibility, and his were the orders. Make this a safe land. The men with him, though ruled by a sense of duty, were deeply disturbed for the lives of the comrades they thought trapped.
Hey, I think I see 2 soldiers down there. I do see 2 soldiers down there. Captain, there are 2 soldiers down there, sir. Prisoners from Major Edmondson's patrol.
Two men down there, sir.
I'm aware of that.
What do we do?
We wait. That cave out there, have the men conceal themselves in it.
Yes, sir. You stand guard out here.
Two men. All that's left of Edmondson's patrol. Well, Brown, what do you think of the colonel now?
Stop threatening, new boy. The colonel will work it out.
A guard on each man, that's not good.
Now, it could be worse.
I don't see how.
Have the men stay here for 2 hours. By that time, the sun will be behind our backs, and then we go down the hill.
You don't mean you're still going to attack?
Those men will be dead before we get halfway down the hill.
Not if Corporal Brown does his job. He's going to jump one of their outriders. He's going to change clothes with him. Then he's going to ride right into Kruger's camp. When he gets close enough to the 2 prisoners to make a stand, we go down the hill.
There be any chance of making a deal with Kruger?
No. No chance at all.
Why not?
Because, Captain, in that case, we lose the one element that's to our advantage. The element of surprise, and we can't afford to lose it.
But we can't afford to lose those 2 men down there. Is that it, sir?
If by losing those 2 men I destroy Kruger, if I make this territory a little bit safer place to live, yes, Private, I can afford to lose those 2 men. We're all out here to fight, not to do missionary work. Is that clear? Yes, sir. In 2 hours, the sun will be behind our backs. Stay here with the men.
Yes, sir.
Corporal, get my horse. On the double.
I tell you, it'll never work. It'll never work.
The colonel knows what he's up to.
If Major Edmondson was still alive, I bet he'd know what to do to save those men down there.
What?
Take command.
You're talking mutiny.
Is that any different from the kind of talk in that report that you and the Major were going to send to Washington?
Yes. That was legal and proper channels.
Well, I don't think those 2 men have time enough for you to be legal or proper, Captain. Not if you ask me.
Well, Captain?
The men, sir. They're pretty impatient.
Then we'll wait another 45 minutes.
You don't understand, sir. They don't want to go through with this thing.
They'll go through with it.
Those 2 men down there are killed. The men will never forgive you.
Captain, it's not important whether those men forgive me or not. It's important that they obey my orders. Do you understand?
Yes, sir?
Now, is there anything else?
No, sir. Nothing else.
You won't listen at all, sir?
No.
Well, I guess that leaves things smack up to you, Captain.
What can I do?
Take command, sir. Then either try to bargain with Kruger or leave him alone.
Leave him alone.
That way those men will have a chance at least to try and escape, if nothing else.
If they get killed, it won't be us causing the killing, sir.
No.
Well, why not, Captain?
I can't, that's all. I just can't explain it. Maybe the colonel knows what he's doing.
Yes, sir. He knows what he's doing, all right, sir. He knows those 2 men down there don't stand a chance.
Why don't you just be quiet, new boy? Start acting like a soldier and do what you're told. If there was another way for Mackenzie to do this, he'd have done it.
Oh, you're just wrong, old-timer. You're just completely wrong.
Where is he, Captain?
Out there, watching Kruger. Two of Edmondson's patrol were taken prisoner.
They're still alive?
Not for long, sir. We attack in 5 minutes.
You can't. Martin, you've got to stop him.
How?
I don't care how, just do it. Didn't he tell you about Kruger's note?
Oh, what note?
The one I brought in. Kruger's willing to release the prisoners once he's safely across the river.
Why in heaven's name didn't he say something about it?
I don't know. The colonel ignored it altogether.
The way I see it, Captain, you've got to take command right now. You've got to.
Jarek, I can't.
No board of inquiry in the world would convict you for taking command now.
Lieutenant Jarek. What are you doing here?
I came to tell the men the truth about the note and about you.
Why didn't you say something about Kruger's note?
Because I didn't believe the note.
Well, you can believe it now.
No, I can't.
Why not? You can see the prisoners.
Once Kruger gets those men across the river, he'll never send them back alive.
Give him a chance. Give those men a chance.
The only chance those men have is a surprise attack. And that's what we're going to do.
No, Colonel, we're not going to attack.
Who says we're not?
I do.
And we back the captain up. All of us.
I'm sorry, Colonel. I'm taking command. Sergeant, get the men to the horses. We're withdrawing.
Yes, sir.
Stand as you were. All of you. Remember the sound of one shot, and both those men are dead.
Just what do you intend to do, Colonel?
I intend to get those men,
Not down that hill.
You're going to stop them all by yourself, Colonel?
if I have to. And when I've finished, I'm going to see to it that each one of you walks back to Fort Clark. And then I'm going to break you.
Stop it!
Mutiny. When one man knows the desperation of being alone, against hate, alone against the world.
The fool.
No one spotted them yet.
Captain, he might make it. We better get ready. If there's any shooting, we gotta get down there.
All right, men, let's go.
Not to every man, to only a chosen few comes a climax when more than courage is called for. When everything a man believes in is put to the test.
All right, it's ready. Any word from Mackenzie?
That's Mackenzie.
The stinkers dressed in our uniforms. What do you make of that, Captain? Colonel was right. Our men were dead all